Hello folks, we're at Villanova Park, which is at Villanova in Spain. And what I'm going to do now is give you a quick tour of the site, let you know what it's about. We got it here the other day. Yesterday we spent the day in Barcelona. You can get a bus from the park to Barcelona. It costs you €690. You have to buy one ticket to go there, and then you get a return. Then you buy a ticket to come back, which is again €690 per person. It takes around about an hour and 15 minutes, and there's 3 or 4 buses running currently, and this is in March. So yeah, it's a great way to get to Barcelona, straight from the park itself. So today I'm going to take you around the site and let you see what we've got. So we're just going to turn the camera around. So we're at the end of this street here. Like you can see, here's one of the empty pitches. This is what the class is a standard pitch. So you've got a good area. You've got water directly to the pitch, and then the little hole in the bottom of that concrete block gives you wastewater. So you can get your wastewater away. There's electric here, which is 6 amps. So you're going to be limited in what you can actually plug in. But overall, as you can see, it's a decent sized pitch. The road's quite wide as well. Just at the end of here, you've got the toilet block, which is the building in front of me here, which I'll show you around shortly. So you've got this street here, and then there's 2 or 3 streets going up that way there, all for motorhomes and caravans. There's quite a few people that seem to be here for a longer period, almost for the summer. The guy that's next to us, him and his wife, they're here for 6 months, stay here through the winter, and then they travel with their caravan, tow the caravan, and they travel to Northern Europe in the summer months, because they've said that it gets really too hot here in the height of the summer. So you've got almost permanent pitches, which I think you'll find on most Spanish campsites now. And then the site is very big. I say it's very big, it's spread out, but everything else, all the restaurant and so forth, are all fairly central. So no matter where you are on the site, you're not really far away from the entertainment, the restaurants, the swimming pools and so forth. We're coming away from the motorhome caravans area, and as you can see, these static caravans which are like chalets, and they go all the way up here. Then there's more in terms of pitches here, and as you can see, the pitches are quite big, more than enough space than you need. You'll be able to get your awning out, your tables, your chairs and so forth. So yeah, what we're going to do now is going to go back round to the toilet block. Afternoon, and see what we've got here. That's a nice rig. Yeah, we looked at one of these at the NEC. We went to the NEC, but something, I'm not sure if I would like to go with something like this. They're UK, they're from the Isle of Man by the look of it. Yep. And so as you can see, there's a number of mobile homes, caravans, pitches, but as I said earlier, the pitches are quite big. The toilet block is this area here. What I'll do is I'll quickly go inside. Hopefully there's going to be nobody in. Not allowed to smoke in the toilet block. But basically what you've got in here is sinks, here. Around this corner you've got your toilets. So there's nobody in, so we can show you quickly. So straightforward toilets. Very warm in here. Heating's always on, seems to be. Urinals. But as you can see, it's very clean. The cleaners are in 2 or 3 times a day. And then further down this section here, you've got your showers, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 showers in this particular block, and there's a number of blocks on the site. The only downside is that they are a push button, but the push button lasts for about a minute, minute and a half. So you can get yourself lathered up and get yourself rinsed off before the water stops. But yeah, so coming out of the toilet block, you've got this main area here, and as you can see, there's more spaces for motorhomes and caravans over here. The pitches are generally the same size, and I'll show you our pitch when I come back to where we're parked up. But ample amounts of bins that you need. This is the main bin area here, so you can bring your bins down. You've got the use of fresh water there if you needed to fill anything up. The only downside that I've really noticed is that there's only one motorhome point on the site, which is down the bottom of the hill here. It's a little bit strange where it is, but there is one, which I thought there would have been one at the top here, but there isn't. You need to come down and go and have a look. More of these mobile homes, converted into chalet type buildings. And we're just going to wander down here because this park has got a number of activities. So obviously we're here in March, so it's out of season, even though the temperature's around about 16 degrees today. The water park, which we'll get to the end here, isn't open, and neither are the swimming pools, which are not open. The restaurant's open, everything else is going, but the main swimming pools, they I believe are opening in April or mid-April, but as I said, we're here in March, so there's no swimming pools as such that you've got. And then you've got different types of entertainment, more entertainment for the kids. There is basketball, there's some five-a-side football pitches. That's obviously the veranda there for the water park. Now it is hilly. We're at the top of the hill, and now we're coming down to where most of the entertainment is. So you've got a younger kiddies playing area here, a few climbing things. Then we've got these baseball courts, which also double up as a football pitch with goals at each end. There's 1, 2, 3 of these areas, which gives you opportunity to play a number of different ball games. If you're bringing your bikes and your kids want to come down to the area there's great areas there for them to park the bikes up whilst they go and play in these areas here. So this area is closed from 11 o'clock at night till 9 o'clock in the morning. Then there's some newer types of accommodation here. I'll say newer, they seem to be newer, and these are like prefabs, chalets, which you can also rent from Villa Park. I've brought you the long way around just to give you a feel of what the park is like. Again, plenty of bins for waste disposal. Around the site you'll see there's a number of signposts which will keep you on track of where you're going if you're looking for something in particular. So we'll go now up to the restaurant and the main pool area. There's a supermarket here, there's a laundry if you wanted to get some clothes clean and so forth. The site at the moment is quite quiet given the fact that it's still early season, but there's enough people about to have a conversation. So here's more of these chalets, and to be fair, they're all well spaced, they're not crowded in on each other. And there's even more down there. At the top here, the building at the top above the little bushes there, that's the restaurant which we'll go to now and show you that area there and show you the main swimming pools. To get onto the veranda at the top, if you was to come this way, which is the quickest way from where we are, then you can go up, there's some steps there. However, if you're in a wheelchair, then they've got this ramp that takes you up to where the restaurant is. Some great views from around the park, and there you can see the water park, which has got a number of slides in there. So let's go now up to the restaurant area. Whilst I'm going up here, I'll just tell you the experience of checking in. Checking in was very, very easy. Just really got to the reception. So that's the water point for more motorhomes, and as you can see, it's quite a way from where the actual motorhomes are. So that's only, is it a neggy? I'm not sure. But there is one, so that's the way we are with it. But again, if you've got enough of the waste piping, you probably don't need to use that. So we've got waste piping that we've been able to feed the water directly into the wastewater point on the pitch, and I would highly recommend you purchasing some piping for that particular reason. So now we're going to go up to the restaurant area. There's a veranda here as well where you can play some bowls. Not quite sure. PK, is it? Anyway, let me know in the comments what the correct name for this particular game is. I think it's got a number of different names. I believe you want to try and get as near to the red as possible. So there's a souvenir shop here which is open 9 till 2. So yeah, usual sort of things you're going to find in there. You've got tennis tables at the back there, and obviously say all this area here is giving you for the Bulls game. Let me know in the comments what they call them games. There's quite an activity going on here. Looks like there's some French, Germans, Spanish all playing. And then this is the main pool area here. So you've got a grassed area here, and they've got a major pool here, which is probably for older children and adults. As I say, it's not open, so I can't really tell you how deep it is or not. But this is the main pool here, and then you've got the kiddies pool right next to it, which has got a little water slide in and some little water fountains for children by the look of it. As you can see, maybe you can see in the ground, there's poles there for parasols and quite a number of deck chairs available there. Yeah, I mean, obviously you can lay on the grass as well. Looks like there's a food kiosk here to serve food when they're in season. And then we go further up here, you've got the restaurant, which is open for breakfast, lunch and dinner. We've not had to book at all, but again, that might change when it comes to the season. There's quite a number of outside seating with parasols, and then there's a very big restaurant inside. It's split over 2 rooms. You've got this area here, which is 1 room, and then that continues through into the other room. Prices wise, anywhere between 15 and 20 euros for a main course. At the moment, they've got a deal on. I'm not sure if that's going to be in the summer, where you can get 3 courses for 18 euros. But if I'm honest with you, I just went for a light lunch today of calamari, and that was more than enough. That was 10 euros. There is a stage here as well, so I would imagine in the summer months they're going to have bands on, acts on, probably have a kiddies club. You've got a food station here, ice cream. There is a salon as well, if should you want to get your hair done, but that's not something I've really needed to worry about. And then away from this area, so you can imagine over night time this is going to be quite a busy area. Again, I don't know if that's an outside bar or food. There is something here as well, and then down these steps again you can follow the signs, and also which area you're in, whether that be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Where in D, you do lose your bearings, you can just look at the signs and it'll point you in the right direction of where you want to go. The supermarket is down these steps here. The supermarket's open at the moment from 9 AM till 1:30, then it closes and then reopens at 5 till 7 during the week, I believe, and then on a Sunday it's only open from 8 till 1:30. On a Friday and Saturday it's open from 8 till 1:30 and then 7 till 8 o'clock. So actually opening time in the morning is 8 o'clock, closes at 1:30. Monday through Thursday it's then reopened at 5 till 7, and then Friday, Saturday 8 o'clock in the morning till 1:30, reopens at 5 and closes at 8. And then on a Sunday it's only open in the morning from 8 till 1:30. Can't take any dogs inside, but aside from that, it's got everything you need. There is more space for mobile homes and parking. Pictures down here, and they're building some new chalets on the top here. So quite a lot of construction going on, getting ready for the summer. A lot of areas have been cordoned off, so you can't really get around everywhere, but you know, the main areas are open, and that's it. So what I'll do now is I'll catch you back in a minute or so when I get to the reception area, and I'll give you a walk-in of what the reception area looks like. So this is the road that you would come up, come around the corner, and you would drive in. There's a signpost to say Villanova, and you would come in this way, come around here, and you've got the reception here, and there's a sign clearly saying Motorhome. Check in. This is where you would get the bus. You can get the bus from here to Barcelona direct, which is, as I said, €6.90. Or on the left hand side here, you can get a bus down into Villanova, which is the small seaside town just down the hill from where we are. You would need to get a bus. I think it's too far to walk, and the road is very busy. So in reference to bicycles, I would take that at your own risk. So basically you come here and you park up, then go into reception, confirm your booking. They require your passports, so they can get the numbers off the passports. So if you're in your van and you go to reception, just try and remember to take your passports. There's an ATM machine here, which if you needed some cash you could use. And then just to the left of the reception, you've got a door to get in. There's a door at the front, but they're not using that at the moment. Electric scooters are not allowed on site. And then here in there you have the main reception. Generally there's a couple of people working on reception, and they're very, very helpful. And then here you've got some notice boards. I'll give you an indication of how big the site is, but obviously they're not all motorhome pitches. It's generally the ones at the top across here, and then there's some down here for motorhome and caravans, but we're up at the top there, top of the hill, and reception's here. So yeah, everything you really need in terms of reception. It's got some booklets and information. It's on exit, it recognises your number plate. So when you book in, it recognises your number plate, so lets you through the barrier once you've booked in and you've given your registration of your vehicle. And then when you want to leave, it just recognises your number plate. So when you do come through reception and you've paid, the receptionist will tell you to park behind reception and somebody will come and collect you. You can see this guy's here's parked there. That's where you need to park. Don't park in there, which is what we did, even though I thought that was like a parking space and it's behind reception. You need to park on this road here, and somebody will come and collect you, and then they will take you down to your pitch. So you don't choose your own pitch, they already allocate you a pitch based on what you've booked. So you just need to wait here for a while, and then somebody will come along in one of these little buggies, which I'll show you around the corner here. And then for ours it was a guy, but it's one of these little buggies that they've got here. And then they'll come round and then they'll show you where you are. So when you get back to reception, as I said earlier, everything is signposted. You really cannot get lost. Everything is signpost in terms of the letters of where you're going to be and where you need to go. So we came in reception and basically followed the guy, and we're at the top of the hill, which is where we're going to go back to now. Again, we'll be passing a number of these mobile homes, another kiddies play area here, all fenced in, given the fact that it's next to this main road, and there is a speed limit on the road, so like most campsites there are. And you would come up this road here. That's the road down to the restaurant and the swimming pool. So that's pretty much a full loop of the campsite. As I highlighted, it's quite spread out, but the restaurant and the swimming pool's pretty much central. You may be lucky and get one of the pitches nearer the pool. You may not, but you don't get a choice. You basically get given your slot, you follow the guy, and you get yourself in there. Of the pitches, so at the top of the site. So we were on a little street down the back there, but as you can see, there's a number of streets going down, and there's a mixture of caravans and motorhomes. But here's a pitch here. Obviously somebody's gone out for the day, but you get a general feeling of the sort of size of pitch that you're going to get available, and wastewater. So as you can see, this caravan's hooked up. It's got water coming out. It's got two connections for the water and the waste going into the drain there. This motorhome has got fresh water to the pitch and wastewater. That's for the caravan behind. As I said, if you are thinking to come into Spain or a campsite in Europe, and you're in a motorhome, then definitely bring some waste pipe. You can get collapsible ones. You would probably need something that will cover around about 10 to 12 meters length to be safe. So we're back now to the street that we're on. We're down the end here. Cheryl's a little bit concerned about how I'm going to get the van back out. We got it in, and I said to her, if I was able to get it in, I'm sure I'm able to get it out. So yeah, we're at the end here. The guys today decided, of all days, that they're going to start chopping the trees down. So they've chopped all these trees down here today, made a right mess of the van, and I'm sure they're going to be cutting them trees down tomorrow. But we go tomorrow morning, so I don't know why they couldn't have waited. But yeah, so all down here is sawdust, bits of tree. I've checked the van over already, there's no marks on it. Except for it's covered in sawdust. So when we get to where we're going to tomorrow, I think I'm going to have to give this a clean.